Back to the program. Well, we've met 3 of them already, and this weekend the 4th will be lining up as well for the South Island Farmer of the Year. I caught up with Doug Avery, and he and the family have been on this particular property now for a long time.
This property first came into our ownership in 1919 when my grandfather moved out from Blenheim. He was looking for somewhere drier, and bless his heart, he came to Grasmere, which I think's probably the driest area in New Zealand if you take the evapotranspiration into consideration.
So how much ground have you got?
Now we've got 1,100 hectares of which we actually own, and we've just taken over the lease of another 140 hectares about a month ago. So, yeah.
2-man operation, you and Fraser?
No, we've got a full-time employee who is a general assistant over the whole farm, and the place that we've leased, we've employed that guy 2 days a week as well. So yeah, we've got a lot on here, and it's we're expecting to grow as we move forward.
Tell me about your stock. What have you got, and how many?
We're running 3,000 sheep. In 1990 we had a lot more sheep than that. We used to run 3,300 ewes and 950 hoggets. We've cut our sheep numbers back a lot. We only got 2,350 ewes now and 660 hoggets. But we produce more sheep meat now than we did then, and that's been from changing our sheep breed to much more fertile sheep, and getting hogget lambing into gear and all those sort of things. So anything that lives on Bonnevere Farm now has to earn its keep every day.
So what are you running? What's the breed mix?
We've bred from a Corriedale background, and we wobbled away through Pole Dorsets, but they got so big that the shearers refused to touch them, and then we got involved with Rislington breed lines and Highlanders. And our performance is just lifting through the sky. So yeah, every year we're just getting better and better performance.
Cattle?
Yep, we run cows to nurse our dry hill country here, and as we convert to lucerne, they're finding less and less area which is suitable for them. We retain and finish all the progeny from them, and then we trade and buy in bulls and finish bulls, and they mostly do that on the lucerne.
Tell me about the lucerne, because that's a major part of your operation.
Oh, it's the absolute cornerstone of our transformation here. In the late 1990s, this place was turning into a basket case. Our financial performance wasn't good enough to sustain us any longer. And I heard a talk from Dr. Derek Moot, which suggested that if we tried lucerne as a pasture base, we could have a heck of a lot better journey. And so I came home, and we went from 50 hectares of lucerne up to about 340 hectares today. And that has been the catalyst for dramatic change in our luck, environmentally, socially, and particularly economically. You
have a vision or two?
Yeah, a hell of a lot of visions. We were running this place trying to bully the natural forces into what we wanted, and we came last. And so a lot of the process here now is built on the 3 legs of sustainability, which I've just mentioned: environmental, social and economic. And to me, the synchronicity between those things has turned the power switch on for us, and the sky's the limit, I think.
So you're working with nature rather than against it?
Absolutely. The lucerne plant is a deep rooting plant. It means that we can start to take control of deep water. We can manage that. It also grows stock a lot quicker than anything else, and so when you start getting animal performance like we've got here, our lambs grow at close to 400 grams a day. Most years, they're a bit slower this year because it's been wet and cold, but most years they grow close to 400 grams a day. The average for New Zealand lambs is 375. So we're miles ahead of that, and what we get is weaning ewe lambs at 12 weeks of age at 37 to 40 kilos. And once you start achieving that, you start setting up a platform to have dramatically improved animal performance.
Looking at the little corners of your property, you're right into native bush and returning it to where it was a million years ago.
We were involved in the Scarborough Flaxman Soil Conservation group, and there were a lot of people integrated into that process, and one of them was a guy called Paul Millen, and he got me very interested in in the whole process of retaining places like this just behind us, and also planting a whole lot more. And it's a particularly satisfying part of the journey. I hope that in years to come we'll have a walking track through this farm, and we'll be able to earn revenue from that, and a whole lot of associated processes. I don't see agriculture as being a mono-based type of process. This area is an exciting area to live in, and there are a lot of people travel through here, and untapping all the dimensions that can occur on a piece of land is a fabulous thought. Plus the exciting visions of being able to market meat to the world and say it was grown in a landscape like this.
Tell me about Farm IQ and your involvement.
Yeah, I attended a meeting with Silver Fern Farms about 4 or 5 months ago, and I was very, very disappointed at the meeting, to be fair. I thought that there was a lack of vision and a lack of direction being shown to farming, and then I got asked, maybe because I started mumbling and grumbling a bit, to assist with the launch of Farm IQ, which I did by chairing 10 meetings around New Zealand. And to me, it holds the opportunity for us as a farming family to link arms not only with the fellow farmers who are excited and getting ahead, but also with consumers across the world to take us on a whole new journey. And I just hope that farmers around New Zealand are smart enough to realise that we need to change to make this happen.
And the fact that we can make money out of farming.
Well, this farm has gone from struggling making money to making money, and the people involved here are very happy with what they earn. And what we need to do is take our products so that when they leave our gate, we've got an association with them, so that we feel an integrated part of that whole journey. I want to know that the people that eat my lamb are happy. And I think the days of looking at a piece of meat and saying, well, that's a piece of meat and it's worth so much a kilo are gone. I want to sell a story with my meat. I want to know that the highest paying consumers in the world want some of my meat. They want some of our fast growing, beautiful lucerne lamb.